Hi everyone, Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is the week ending February 9th of 2020. The stock was SKX Skechers. This happened on Friday the 7th in the morning. This is based on a Tier 2 novice gap with an entry on a 1-minute secondary sign of weakness. Management simple, reward to risk about 2.7 to 1. As usual, before we examine this trade, let's take a look at what's free this week at DTS. Monday night is the bi-weekly scanning night. If you're a member of DTS, you will automatically receive your invites. If you are not a member, if you're seeing this on YouTube or somewhere, head over to the DTS homepage and you'll find some areas to sign up to become a free member. No strings, no catches, no credit card. It takes about 6 seconds and you'll get invited to DTS educational events all the time. Don't forget, although it's not a DTS special event, Friday is Valentine's Day. Skechers, daily chart. This is what the daily chart looked like before open on Friday. We knew based on pre-market activity we'd be gapping up. We never know exactly where, but we know close enough that by looking at the various gaps, we know what we want to take a look at and do when you're going to be opening in that general area. I only take some trades based on gaps. That is one of the strategies I like, but there's 3 or 4 different categories that I look at and try and find the best of the best. During earnings season, gaps are more prevalent, so often they take more of the highlight, but not always. But this was a gap that I like to do. It is a kind of a special gap. It's a unique gap and has to be played in a very special way. But this ends up falling, which is the preferred way to play this. If you get confused, sometimes you'll see some of these do go higher, but you have to play it correctly. This one ended up being played pretty perfectly off the daily chart. That's what it looked like after I played it that particular day. The hourly chart here, I always show 4 time frames to get a good glimpse at what I'm doing here, but the hourly chart doesn't really show us much. You're not seeing any special reference here. It just dropped a lot, so it's just here as a filler. The 5-minute chart gives us a good overview of the whole day. The entry came, that's where it gapped that particular day, as you saw on the daily chart, which was a very significant gap up. The entry came right in there, just coming off the top. I was confident enough on this one that I got it just off the high like that, which was a really good entry as it turned out on the little secondary sign of weakness entry, 43.99, stop 44.81. It dropped fairly quickly, and because this gap is what we call an either way type of gap, I wanted to get that first target off there. It was an okay first target, and also sometimes this does run back, and if it did that, this would have been a safe trade, so I let it go out for target 1 right there for a third. And then the target 2 was a nice drop and an excellent thing right at reversal time. And then I let the last third go. This thing caught the big move on the last third, which was a really nice move. It was approaching 5 hours on that back part, and overall made for a nice trade. It was a Friday. It was done trading by 10:15. Was done entering stuff and looking at stuff and managing, and then walked away. And this thing closed out. We closed down the room because it was Friday, a little bit after noon. So Skechers, nice trade, 3 targets, made the day that day. Here's the 1-minute chart to give you a little more detail, and you can see some of the specifics here. You see the gap up where it was. That was where the entry came, right in there. And then target 1, target 2, and target 3, of course, is off the chart because it happened closer to noon, right in there. If you like this kind of style, being prepared, planning out what you do, a little more of a laid-back attitude to some things, and then walking away after the morning trades are set, taking the rest of the day off for the most part, most of the time. DTS Trading Room is where you want to be. Check it out. If you've never been in there before, you can take a week trial, or you can come join for a month, or discounted for annual subscriptions. This is Paul from DTS. Until next time, good trading, everybody.